our second day of May. April showers makes room for May flowers. I know I haven't been live in a minute, but as Glamour, I should say, taking care of her grandboos, I've been ripping and running. So I'm hoping to chop it up with you all a little later on this evening, because there's some things that I would like to discuss, such as the content creators and all digging and probing and investigations in regards to my friend and my hip-hop sister, Angie Stone, and her children. You know, people need to allow people to grieve the way they need to grieve. And I don't care what's said, how it's said. Those children, well, they're adults now, but they'll forever be her children. Will love her forever. And what occurred is very traumatic. And of course there's investigations going on. I don't probe Cheryl the Pearl, I don't probe Blondie, because I know they have those children's back. And I don't know Shayna, what her mix is in here. And I know that she does have a past, but so does everybody else. And one particular person, you know, has a very heinous past. And there's another side. There's always different sides of people, because people always try to present themselves as an angel of light, and they could be an angel of darkness, as well as they could be a creative artist and have a beautiful catalog, or even production like Diddy, you know, and be tainted with darkness. So it's so unfortunate that we live in a dark world, in a dark place. And it's time that we're on this planet. And people feed into that. And they just set aside. You know, a lot of things tell a lot about a lot of people. Me, from being an artist and not crossing over commercially, but I've had recorded and, you know, being shafted by what they call the industry. And I was one of the first females, especially in Queens, to do it. And not going along with a lot of the false narratives that's being given about hip-hop, who created it. You know, in the 70s, we were just jamming in the park. And it was so territorial that one area didn't know what the other one was doing. And ironically, I know I went down south to visit my grandparents in North Carolina, and there were DJs called Big Mike and Big J at Billy Wood's place, a small dirt town, and they were spinning 2 turntables and they were doing the breakbeat. So, you know, a lot of our heritage and a lot of what they call that genre is built on a lot of false narratives. Hi, how you doing? Good afternoon. I'm in here, I'm riding back home. I just finished putting my daughter and my granddaughter in an Uber so she could return to school. She had a doctor's appointment. But I was just kicking it just a little bit about Angie Stone and the industry and all these content creators. I'm going under the tunnel, so I'll catch you later. Let me see if I'm not going to lose connection. I'm not losing connection. But, yeah, you know, there's so many investigations going on that, you know, investigators are jumping and going from one direction and going the other. People that have these opinions, and everyone got them. But when it's such a high, what is occurring, a lot of the information is being delineated and it's being dismissed because people are running in different directions, and you got these so-called investigators that's making a horrific situation even worse. So, you know, that's just what I wanted to say. But hopefully I'll be able to pop in and have a live discussion later on this evening. So I wish everyone peace, blessings, and light. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just got. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just got connected. Where did everybody go? Because I'm trying to get used to going live when I'm, traveling throughout the day. Because once again, I'm 60 years old and I'm raising my 2 grandchildren. They were born with special needs. So I kind of can identify with various different artists that may have children with special needs. People can have opinions about Beyonce and speculations about her son, her and Jay's son, Romney. I don't know whether or not what they were involved in, but I think children should stay out of that equation. But we have a diverse amount of good, bad, and indifferent hosts. But being the fact that, I'm raising my grandchildren because of the loss of my daughter suddenly, and a lot of madness went along with that, and a lot of cover-up. Michael and anyone that has grieved and lost people, because grief is something that's very complex and you don't understand, and it's not a one-size-fit-all. So here people are opinion because they're not speaking out, because there's an ongoing investigation on their mother's death, and then you have all these content creators that's got all of these narratives. Like, let the professionals do what they need to do. I'm sure that they're on their backs. And at first I was like, yeah, because it really does need to be amplified, because I should have went public in regards to what happened to my daughter, because maybe I would have gotten some accountability. But a lot of the particulars and the assumptions are just not good, because I raised 3 daughters, and me and my daughters have had differences. I had one daughter that was dealing with mental health issues, but she ultimately died from her health issues, and that was when I was in the music industry, because I started out very young. But being the fact that I'm not with the go along, get along gang, and I'm also an essay survivor, and I'm spoken very candid about my experience and trying to get accountability. But it's the hardest thing for an individual that has survived various different traumas as such. So I just would like for the audience to be a little open-minded and be considerate of certain particulars around grief and around how I will not support, and I can't support Quiet Storm as to what occurred with his daughter. The particulars in that case is so disgusting that you have people, he trying to, investigate Angie. No, I see it in a different light, because his daughter will be forever changed, and he got the nerve to be talking about Angie's kids. Like, look, who is without Stone cast the first stone? He got dirt, his hands are not clean. They're not. And it's awful. And like I can understand why he's so down on her children, is because he didn't give a damn about his daughter, whether or not she was grown or not. NS is NS. Strangling someone and doing all sorts of things, and that's your child because you want to control, that is a sickness. And you got all these people on different platforms saying, we know his story. No, you don't know the case. You need to be pulling that case. His daughter is forever traumatized. Anyway, peace, blessings, and light. And let's chop it up later.